Hi there, folks. It's Mandy from Kemp Freehold, and I'm out running errands today, and I figured I would do a quick video and let you know my best tips for saving gas. Sorry about the weird angle, and it's bizarre, but hands-free. So, like I said, I'm out running errands today, and my best tip number one is to run a bunch of errands. Go to a bunch of different places, figure out where you need to go, map out your best route, and go. For instance, today I went to the Dollar Tree. I stopped there because I needed some hair ties, and they have a section that's discounted stuff, and a lot of times they have bread, and today they had bread, so I got some whole wheat bread for 50 cents a loaf. From there I went to our secondhand store. They have DVDs for $1. HughesNet is absolutely awful. That's who our internet provider is. And the expense for just a few gigabytes of data is terrible. So I don't like to let the kids stream because it eats up our data. And at $1 a DVD at the secondhand store, that's not bad. And I wanted to see if they have canning jars. They did. My bottom line price for used canning jars used to be 25 cents. I would never pay more than a quarter for used jars. But inflation. So now I pay 50 cents a jar because the new ones are almost $1 a jar. So 50 cents is still pretty good. I bought what they had, a few quarts, a jelly jar, like maybe 5 of them. After that, I headed towards our feed store because the Southern States, when I gave my goats their feed, the goats actually were producing more milk. So it's a better feed, I guess, than what I was getting at Tractor Supply. So I got 2 bags of goat feed, sweet feed, and 2 bags of chicken feed. So I bought a bunch that should hold us out for a few weeks at the very least. And then from there, I went to Aldi. Aldi has the best prices on cheese by far around here, and a lot of the other things that I need. Now, I bought probably 40 pounds of cheese to make it worth my while to drive all the way up there. I also bought pork rinds because their bags of pork rinds are less than $1 still, although they went up from 89, now they're 96. I use those to make as flour, basically, for making pancakes for myself or biscuits that are carnivore / keto, low carb, that I can eat. So I bought mainly cheese and pork rinds, but I got enough to hold us out for several weeks because my plan is not to have to go out for several weeks. My next tip is to like I said, buy a bunch of the thing that you're saving money on to make it worth your while for going out. And you may have to calculate whether it is worth your while. Like, are you saving enough to spend the extra gas? And if you're not, then it would behoove you to just pay a little bit extra for whatever it is that you need rather than eat up the extra in your gas. It just doesn't make much sense. Another tip would be drive a more gas efficient car. Maybe borrow somebody's. I don't know, you might know someone who would be willing to let you drive their vehicle. My mother-in-law was kind enough to let me drive her little Toyota, which certainly gets much better gas mileage than our Suburban, which gets about 14 miles to the gallon. But we have an older vehicle that's paid off, so we're not making payments on that, and it hauls all the kids because we have 4 kids, so it's kind of hard to have a vehicle that's going to take the whole family and is gas efficient. It's just the way it is. So if you know someone will let you use their vehicle, maybe use that. Make sure you fill up their tank, though, or at least put some gas in to make up for what you use. And then you may not have considered this, but ask your neighbors if they need anything. And the hope would be that the next time they're going to town, they would reciprocate. And also, if you go out to visit people who live in the sticks, ask them, is there anything they need? My mother-in-law always asks on her way out, do you need me to bring anything? So that's of help also. You may, if you're driving a lot and driving in congested areas, you may want to look into hypermiling. It's a concept of defensive driving where you make doubly sure you're not driving close to the person in front of you, and that you're rolling to stops and trying not to stop at all. Inertia dictates that it's harder to start from a complete stop than it is to continue to keep going, even if you're just rolling very slowly to a stop. So the goal is to never come to a stop, but that's hypermiling, and there are quite a few articles on it out there, so maybe that's something else you would want to look at. And that's basically all I got. If you've got anything else to share, put it in the comments, and if this kind of thing is interest to you, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.